Hi, I'm Rosie from Rosie's Doll Clothes Patterns, and today I'm going to be showing you two different styles of pleats that are often used when making doll clothes. Now I'm going to be using strips of paper today because it'll be a lot easier for me to show you the effect of each different pleat once I've done the folds. Now in the first strip I am going to be showing you the knife pleat. And I've taken my ruler and my marking pen and I've placed some markings here, and I've got a marking here of 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters, and then ½ inch, that's about 12 mil, then another inch, ½ inch, inch, ½ inch, and I've done that all the way along because that's the size that I've decided I'd like to make my pleats, but you can change that to any size that you like. Now the best thing to do when we're making pleats is to work vertically or up that way. So firstly I'm going to go to my marking here, the very first mark, and I'm going to fold the fabric or the piece of paper at that mark. Then I'm going to fold it, that fold line, up to meet the very next mark and give that a press. Now if you've got fabric, this is where you'd place a pin. Then we go to the next marking and fold the fabric or the paper at that mark. Then we bring that fold up to meet the next pencil mark or pen mark. Just like that. And in the end we're going to have something like an accordion. Now you place another pin in there, then you make a fold at the next mark, and take that fold up to meet the next pencil mark or pen mark, and we do that all the way along our piece of fabric. Go to the next pencil mark and make a fold. If you're working with cotton or something like that, you can finger press each of those folds, then take that fold up to meet the next pencil mark and give it a press. Then go to the next pencil mark and make a fold. Then take that fold up to the next pencil mark, and we just do that all the way along. And when you're finished pinning and folding, go over to the ironing board and give your fabric a nice little press with the iron, and that will hold your pleats nicely in place before you go and sew a row of straight stitches to hold the pleats. You would do your straight stitch along the top there inside the seam allowance, and that would hold your pleats in place for you to pin it to whatever you're making. So there you go, that's the knife pleat, and it looks like an accordion. So from the back and from the front. So that's your simple knife pleat, and that's often used around the bottom of, say, a drop-waisted dress. Pop that one to the side, and we'll move on now to show you what a box pleat looks like. And this is quite nice sometimes, just to give a little bit of a different feature to your dress or your skirt. Again, I have used my pen and my ruler, and this time I've made markings at 1 inch. They're all exactly the same at 1 inch. And again, turn my strip of fabric sideways and make a fold at that very first pencil mark. Then take that fold up to meet the next pencil mark. Now instead of going up, continuing up like that, like we did with the knife pleat, this time we're going to go to this pencil mark and fold it down to meet this fold. So we'll fold the fabric or the paper here and take it down to meet the fold that we've just created beforehand. Then I'm going to go to my next mark, fold it there, and take that up to meet the next pencil mark. Then I'm going to go up to this pencil mark, fold it, and bring it down to meet the fold that we created before. Continue doing this all the way along your strip, placing pins. Of course, when you're using your fabric, you would be placing pins each time you create your fold there. So go up to the next pencil mark and bring that down I've run out of fabric, so that will paper, so that's as far as I'll go. So there you can see we're calling them a box pleat because it sort of makes like a little box. And then you would take it over to the ironing board again, give it a good press, and then sew a row of stitches along here to hold your pleats nicely in place before you attach it to your garment. Now something else that you can do with the box pleat to vary it a little is to leave a gap in between your pleats, so that you'd make a box pleat, then leave a wider gap and make your next pleat, and that sort of makes a really special feature on the front of, say, a skirt or a school uniform dress. Then the other thing you can do is turn it over, and the pleats that you see on the back are called inverted box pleats. So it depends on what sort of look you want as to whether you would use this side or the other side as your right side of the fabric. So there's our box pleat with a little gap in between the pleats, or a bigger gap between the pleats. This is my box pleat with even gaps between the pleats. I hope you can see that. It's sort of like a funny shape there. My one with the gap in between, and then this is our normal knife pleat or accordion looking pleat. So there you go. There's some different styles of pleats that are commonly used when you're making doll clothes. Have lots of fun experimenting with them all, and I'll see you all next time.